part of the reason why you're notorious. They say you snitched on your gang, you wore a wire, you were an informant. Tell us about that.
I didn't snitch on my gang. Then people are just ridiculous.
That's a pretty cool little face tats, man. You know what I mean? Hold on.
They were like, gee,
Look at them. Look at me. Oh, well, I could see you try to get a few of them, like, uh, taken off or something. I mean, at least that's what it looks like. But, you know, I know most of y'all probably looking like, who the hell would even do that to their face and you had their face like that, you freaking moron. And I get it, yeah, it's not a smart decision at all, but you know, I made a lot of bad choices growing up. But anyway, let me shut up and get back to the video.
do whatever the fuck you want to do. So I was like, fuck it. I'm setting his ass up.
I don't blame her for what she did. I don't look at her as a rat. So all she do is get her get back. That's that Gemini in her.
I'm a dead man walk.
He said her? Hold on. I ain't tripping, right? I ain't tripping, right? He said her. Maybe he talking about somebody
I
else?
don't blame her for what she did. I don't look at her as a rat. So all she do is get her get back. That's that Gemini in her.
I'm a dead man walking.
He said her for sure.
Say this shit.
Why is that?
They say I'm a snitch out here. I think that's what they say on the internet.
Today we dive into the controversial story of rapper and gangster Booty G. Born into a hellish and abusive household where DCFS regularly paid visits to her home, at the age of 12, she took to the streets as a way to escape her home life. Eventually, she made her way into Chicago's Albany Park set of the Spanish Gangster Disciples, and she began to climb the ranks. In 2016, she became the first ever.
Okay, so she is a female. I thought that was a dude. Oh, well, my bad. Well, she probably, I do now, but she was born a female. Like, that's crazy. That's wild. These females nowadays be trooping more than damn, more than us, huh? Okay.
Female gang chief in Chicago SGD
And then
history after a vote put her in charge of controlling the gang's Palatine territory. However, making a career running the streets comes with risks, and she alleges that someone from her own gang wore a wire on her, and this got her locked away for 4 years. When she tried to tell her gang the truth about this betrayal, they didn't listen to her. So to get revenge, she decided to wear a wire on the very same person that wore a wire on her. Now, exiled from.
Nah, that's not how that goes. That's not how that goes. Somebody wore. Look, I ain't condoning into any gang violence or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like at all. I'm really not. I left that shit behind me. But if somebody wore a wire on you and got you in a situation where you have to go to prison or whatever, and you know what I mean, you can't come home and you tell your people like, hey man, this person whoop whoop whoop, and they like not going for it or whatever, then you take action. Not to, like I said, I'm not trying to hype up nothing or you know what I mean, but that's just how it goes when it comes to that street lifestyle. You know what I mean? You don't go do the same thing. You know what I mean? You don't say, "Oh, I'm gonna put a wire on too, and I'm gonna do this." That's not how that works. You know what I mean? Because like, yeah, that's not that was not a smart move at all.
From her own gang, she runs a renegade crew of other excommunicated gang members, ranging from BDs to Milwaukee Kings to maniacs. This, folks, is the story of Booty G, the gang chief turned informant.
The packs wrapped in the foil like burritos. I'm not a chopper, but a nigga.
Yo,
I'm 5 minutes out.
I'm 10 minutes.
You son of a.
We're gonna be right there.
Okay, we'll see you in a few then.
Get you some chicken.
I'll get a mound of chicken, okay? We're meeting
sound like
against
a
rapper
female,
to
too.
KFC. Is this kind of like the American stereotype that everyone else would think of where you'd meet a gangster rapper? I don't know. There's a little bit of concerns that the neighborhood she's from wants her erased, deceased.
Yeah, I bet.
Desperado, no mas,
Bet,
adios amigos, or amiga, we have to decide that one. One of my biggest pet peeves about working with rappers is their timeliness. How the f you run your city, but you can't even run your clock or your schedule? This just isn't about Buddha G. This is about rappers in general. How do you buy a $40,000 Rolex, but you can't even tell the goddamn time?
Yeah, man. These people out here, how you think, man, all these rappers and all this old, you know what I mean, entertainment and all that, that how you thinking, you know, how you spending your money on some of the dumbest things. Your priorities be all jacked up.
Oh shit.
She's still gang banging though.
You guys keep tattoo shops busy, don't you?
Of course. We do a little something. What's up, boss?
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Why I thought the funeral home. I'm already talking about my funeral. Why I thought the cemetery was right here. Where's it?
No.
It's Downmore, right?
It might be.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's the next light, I think. I believe it's the next light.
Okay,
Yeah, so if you want to just follow me.
let's do it.
All right. Tough
Of all places we could have met, why are you in a cemetery right
Because
now?
I'm a dead man walking.
Why is that?
They say I'm a snitch out here. Confidential informant. I took down my whole gang. I think that's what they say on the internet.
Did you take down your whole gang?
No.
Oh shit! If that's what they saying, then of course they're gonna want to fucking shit. You gotta be doing interviews. You gotta be somewhere, and you gotta be digging you a hole somewhere, hiding. You gotta be in the forest somewhere, living with the. Let me shut up.
I got my get back on a nigga that set me the up. Am I a snitch, Lefty? He's
Hell
one of the
no.
originals.
That's
Am I a
that
snitch,
dude.
Lefty?
Let's just say less. But
Am I a
Drake,
snitch,
y'all some
Lefty?
lame ass
Bunch of bits.
facts.
You're the first street guy that I've heard use the word douche before, and I like that.
Oh yeah, bro, cause you gotta. I'm half Puerto Rican, half white. You gotta use some hood in it.
Yeah.
That's
And you just got out of prison?
6 years for a nigga that told, and they ain't touch him because they ass soft. It was a attempted murder at first, and they dropped it down to aggravated battery.
See, that's what I mean. Like you talking about like, and they ain't touched him because they soft. You ain't touch him. You ain't touch him. What you do? What you do? What the f- did you do? You went and did the same goddamn thing he did. How in the hell you gonna sit here and call somebody soft? It's crazy, man. It's crazy as hell, man. This a real emotional gangster right here. This the definition of emotional gangster right here.
With a firearm.
Why'd you hypothetically, allegedly get into a situation of attempted murder?
I ain't no bitch, and I guess Buddy thought I was a. What happened, Lefty? I believe he was blowing at us.
Talking crazy, and somehow my brother hopped out. The man lost all his street cred. He snitched. My brother was one of the first loyal people from that neighborhood. Gave too much love and loyalty to people that didn't give two back.
What's it like being out right now?
Sometimes I'd rather be back.
Why is that?
Cause this ain't shit out here. The realest motherfuckers I be knowing are in jail. Free my doing 17.
How I
That's
be.
his auntie.
So how high up were you?
That's
in the
how it be.
SG?
All the real gangsters and all the real killers and all the, you know what I mean? That's where they go. They go straight to the penitentiary, or they die out here in these streets. You know what I mean? When you choose that lifestyle, and you choose to carry yourself that way, and really live up to that stuff, that's where you go. You know what I mean? And it's no doubt about that shit. You know what I mean? I've learned that shit through experience. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
I was the chief of Palatine SGDs.
And now the crew split because
Yep.
of the situation.
Well, one of them's dead. My brother, rest in peace, Huncho. A few of them live in Arizona now because the folks turned on them over me. The other ones flipped Drake and Ainsley. We gotta go to Albany Park because we're not ducking shit.
Just to do the just. You ain't ducking nothing but the dude that told on you. We ain't ducking shit. You ain't ducking shit. You know what I mean? Hell no, you ain't ducking shit. You know what I mean? You goddamn wire room. All right, let me stop. Let me stop talking bad about people. That ain't good. You know what I mean? Don't come looking for me. You know what I mean? I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems.
This gotta be quick because it's hot right here. The reason why I brought y'all to just anybody's neighborhood is because clearly I'm not ducking shit and I'll go wherever the I want and I don't care. It is what the it is.
Strategically, is this a stupid move?
Very.
Why do it then?
Flexing.
Let me
Very
flex in
stupid.
another
Flexing?
location that doesn't
We're gonna
involve-
go in my
Flexing?
neighborhood now.
You're in
She said flexing.
Yes.
When did you
He
start?
said flexing.
About 6 or 7 years ago.
What was it like being on testosterone?
It's great.
Tell me
That's why I
about
flex so hard. I'm not your average I can beat niggas though, so I guess it's working. And I'm trying to
You'll never be able to beat niggas up. You crazy as hell. I don't give a damn if you popping them things and you done grew you a little beard and all that old shit. You will never ever be able to beat no niggas up, man. You crazy as hell. You know what I mean? That's why you told your partners to try to handle your little situation. You know what I mean? Because you not, you know what I mean? You ain't built like that. You know what I mean? You obviously not built like that. Why you out here talking about you flexing? Oh, I'm flexing. How you flexing in your name bad? And you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I'm confused. Like, that's crazy. 2024.
all the time and I got more energy, you know what I'm saying? My bigger than his, you know what I'm saying?
Are you trying to get a surgery?
Nah.
You think you're the first trans gang leader?
Yes. Spanish gangster disciple, sir.
Okay.
So
tell me
she's
about those
trans.
folks.
Or he's
Some hoes.
trans, whatever.
Well, how long do you rock with them?
Shit, 22 years.
And what made you join them?
My pops is an old school royal and I hated that nigga, so I went straight to his op shit and turned out. And I was cool as I was locked in with rest in peace G-Baby.
So it sounds like you got some childhood trauma going on.
A
Sure.
lot. Yeah.
You hated your dad so much that you joined his rival hood.
Yeah, that and the fact that I was cool with a few of them. So yeah. I got no love at home looking at.
I mean, give the people a picture of what your childhood was like.
It's horrible.
How so?
Shit. Beat, starved, and some more shit. All that shit.
Your parents.
Foster care. We'll get more into it when we get to my crib.
To get to know Buddha better, we went to her house, a safe spot away from her enemies so we could actually sit down and talk to her without having to look over our shoulder.
You want MTV Cribs? Fucking.
Oh God, no.
This is the dining room. That's a cat.
A lot of people do be going through stuff growing up, though, man. That's what leads to a lot of us making bad decisions and stuff. You know what I mean?
Trappy!
You put graffiti on the wall?
Sure did.
Do you think you're gonna get your deposit back?
Probably not. For everyone who wants to know where I got my beard from.
Is this medically prescribed?
Yes.
You inject it?
Yep.
Are you glad you did it, or is there any part of you
Yes,
that's
I'm
like,
glad. No.
Oh, he injects that stuff for the beard? Whoa. Oh, man.
I wouldn't take it back for shit.
my assumption is that being trans in the hood is one of the hardest things to be.
Being me, period, in the hood. Being a in the hood first was hard.
I can believe
Being
that.
a female in
I
general.
can definitely
so
believe that.
I'm the only one in the history of Chicago that's ever had a hood.
Meaning you ran a hood.
Yes.
How many people did you oversee?
20 at a time.
She was
And what
running
would be your
shit.
responsibilities as a chief?
To make sure they did what they had. That's
Or he,
I'm
my
not gonna
bad.
answer.
Did
He
you
was
have
running
team
shit.
meetings? Hey guys, come over for spaghetti and pizza. We're gonna talk about how we're gonna spin the block.
We had juntas, yeah.
Juntas?
We had organized meetings, yes. The SGDs were very organized.
Within a clique like that, I've heard rumors that people might pay a monthly amount for life insurance, basically. Like if one of the crew gets shot, then you guys pay for the funeral with a...
It's called a caja. Everybody pays dues. It depends on your hood. On my block, everybody paid $30 a week.
What if someone didn't pay?
They got on the wall and got their ass beat.
Stand
You
there
have
like
to stand
this,
there, and if you
and someone's
fall, it
punching
starts
you?
over.
Someone's punching me,
Yeah,
kicking
that's
me?
how I got in the game.
And no defending
By
yourself.
grown men.
No one's defending themselves.
No, niggas bigger than you
How long?
gave me my initiation. My initiation was 2 minutes.
So that's the one thing about the games I'm trying to understand.
Beating
Like,
her
hey, we
ass,
want you
huh?
on your team, but we're gonna
I
beat
bet you
the
they whooping
out
her
of you
feet.
first.
It's to show how tough you are.
I would guess it's easier that you're transitioning, you're becoming a man than if it was
It's
the roles
horrible though,
reversed.
I
man.
don't think that would
Horrible though.
even be
Don't none of
allowed.
y'all go join any gangs, man. Don't do it. Do not do it. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck how cool it look, how fascinating it is, how much you around it. Don't do it. Don't do it, player.
I wouldn't even someone like that.
Whoa.
And that's
Whoa,
being
whoa, whoa.
and that's being a hypocrite, I guess. Technically, I'm straight.
Technically, you're straight,
Technically,
but you started off gay.
started off as a dyke. Yeah.
Okay. Wouldn't you say the hood is one of the most homophobic places you can
Yes.
find?
But it's crazy how many niggas that are undercover. I got homies that are locked up that tell me all the time, man, so and so's in the joint getting fucked. So and so's in the joint. So and so's this. So and so's that. But be the most gangster niggas out in the street.
What percentage of dudes in
Damn.
jail you think are having sausage?
All of them.
parties?
Probably like 80.
I mean, I don't know. Well, they probably in different, different states or whatever. I'm from Cali, you know what I mean? And that type of stuff happened like back in the day, you know what I mean? I've been to prison and yeah, like you got people who yeah, it ain't like so much like the R word going around, you know what I mean? People ain't R wording people like, you know what I mean? But like there's certain yards I've heard of where you got what they would call punks and men will sleep with them, you know what I mean? Weird shit like that, like and yeah, it'd be some of them OG gangsters that be in the hood out there pressing lines, you know what I mean, telling all the little homies what to do and this, that, and the third, you know what I mean, and you ain't even know him. Yeah, he's back in the penitentiary, you know what I mean, clapping. Everybody in the hood look up to him. He's like, yeah, that's the OG homie right there. You know what I mean? He did 20 or he did 15, he did 25, whatever. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Let me shut up.
I kind of doubt that number.
Man, you better do your research on that one.
If I ask your boys downstairs, you think they'll say that?
Come on, let's go ask them.
So Buttigieg alleges that up to 80% of dudes in jail do homoerotic behavior. Is that true?
Factual.
Why is that
not 80,
funny?
maybe like a good gang. Hold
Why
on.
is that funny?
Hold on. That sound like a lot of niggas in that bitch.
Look, even they like, what?
Straight up.
I say a lot of niggas definitely in that doing some freaky kinky
Hold
shit,
on.
but I wouldn't say
50% isn't an outrageous number.
That's
you think
crazy.
That's legit.
I say about 65%.
You were just there, you know.
About 65%.
He
Because
just
there was.
came home,
I
he
did
knows.
I,
There
I,
was
I did
trannies in
hear
there.
that they give like condoms and stuff now in prison. Like back in the when I went to prison, like they didn't give condoms and crazy shit like that. But I did hear that now they give condoms and shit to inmates or whatever. So like, you know what I mean? Like that's wild.
There with titties, bro, and niggas was real live feeding these joints.
The stats I was hearing
See?
about homosexuality in jail
See
seem
men with breasts on the yard, like, you know what I mean? Pretending, you know what I mean? Being trans or whatever on the yard, and you got certain men who like that type of stuff, but you got yards who don't go for that. You can't walk that yard. You know what I mean? If you carry yourself like that and you know what I mean, or you into that type of stuff and you land on some of these yards, well, yeah, we ain't going for that. You know what I mean? It ain't happening over here. I mean, but unfortunately, that stuff does go down in certain penitentiaries and stuff like that, man.
insanely high, so I want to do some fact checking. However, these days it's hard to get statistics on purely gay activities because most studies lump everyone that is non-heterosexual under the big LGBT plus umbrella. But most reasonable studies conclude that in the general population, it's estimated that 3 to 5% of US men are gay. According to the Bureau of Justice's 2016 National Inmate Survey, 7.4% of men report being gay or bisexual. However, let's ask ourselves the question, how many men truly feel comfortable documenting whether they are gay in jail? An article I found on prisonwriters.com entitled Gay for the Stay alleges that 50% of prison inmates go gay. The writer of the article, S. Buddy Hurst, alleges that prison code has a different way of looking at homosexuality, and it goes like this. Only the person performing the act is gay, but the person receiving it is still straight. I guess you could say it's a loophole to
That's the
still get
old
your rocks
school.
off and
That's
facing
that.
years.
That is a prison thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, like that's what they tell themselves. You know what I mean? That's what they tell themselves when they in prison for so long and they get into that weird crap. You know what I mean? They tell themselves, well, I'm not gay, you know, because I'm not the one, um, bending over or whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm you know what I mean? This my punk or whatever. Like, nah, player, nah, that's same thing, player. You that. You that for sure. You know what I mean? But it's just something that they try to manipulate themselves so that because people got guilty consciences and shit like that. So you know what I mean? But that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy.
Years without the warmth of a woman. With that being said, it's very hard to determine what the accurate stats on this subject are.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Part of the reason why you're notorious, they say you snitched on your gang, you wore a wire, you were an informant. Tell us about that.
I didn't snitch on my gang. Damn, people are just ridiculous. When I was 14 going on 15, I had stayed with my OG and I had got kicked out basically, so I wasn't living in the city anymore. I had to go stay in Elgin. Well, while I was in Elgin, I was already SGD. I turned out SGD as 11 years old. When I was in Elgin, the folks from the city were like, oh, click up with the Elgin SGDs, they're gonna take care of you at the BAM. Long story short, I was a shorty and I was a female. I was a so a lot of niggas didn't take me serious, and a lot of niggas were ready to send my ass off, and I was a hothead, so I was going. I linked up with the Elgin folks, and I was cool with this nigga named his name is
She probably definitely had it rough trying to grow up,
whatever the y'all want to call
trying
it.
to grow up the way I keep saying she when it's a boy now. But anyways, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure she had it rough coming up, trying to live that type of lifestyle. You know what I mean? I'm sure she was tested and underestimated and all type of crap.
Naked out. That nigga used to sleep on my couch, used to eat my food, used to fucking do all types of shit. Then me and him started to fall off. He hit me up talking about, do I want to buy some pipes? I told him, hell yeah. I was thirsty. I was 15. Hell yeah, I want to buy pipes. I'm a crash out. He fucking had me meet him in the Elgin Library parking lot. He hopped in the car. He threw me a duffel bag. Well, not a duffel bag, like a Home Depot bag.
Pause. Hello.
Said that there's ashes dripping all over the cars, from the wind, and it can ruin your paint job. So she says, if you want to park.
I don't care about that right now. I'm recording.
Okay, sorry, I apologize. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay. I'm gonna have to cut that out.
And I didn't even get a chance to look in that bitch. I gave him $300. He fucking hops out. Next thing you know, we pulled out the parking lot and got whooped on by Elgin PD, like 20 swole. They booked me. I ended up doing, because no one wanted to pick me up, because I didn't have a guardian, no none of that. So I ended up staying there until I was 19.
You did 4 years for a gun?
Yes.
As a 15-year-old?
As a 15-year-old. So imagine the type
Word of the
of
court.
animosity and hate and grudge I had towards this man. I thought, okay, I'm a SED. When I get out, they're gonna do something about it. Okay, so I got out at 19. I was back in the hood. I called a demo. The folks told me basically like this: either I could take an ass whooping for pointing a finger at a member like that without paperwork, or I could shut the fuck up and just deal with it type shit, because it's his word against mine. So because I was a female and a shorty at the time,
Hey,
they said basically fuck me. So I stopped fucking with LG.
hey. That's how it go, though. That's how it go, man. Um, if you gonna accuse somebody of something, man, you better be able to back that shit up. You know what I mean? You can't just point fingers at people and not have no proof and paperwork and shit like that, because that shit get tricky. Shit get real dangerous. You know what I mean? You get to pointing fingers at people and people, you know what I mean? People will crash out over that type of stuff right there. You know what I mean? So that's probably what they was looking at it as, like, man, where the proof? You know what I mean? If you can't show us no proof, you just pretty much smutting the homie. You know what I mean? And that's a no. You know what I mean? So at that point, shit, he would have had all rights to like in that lifestyle. You know what I mean? I'm not promoting that shit, but at that point, he would have had all rights to take action towards you for pointing that finger. You know what I mean? That's just how that lifestyle go, man. That's why I say, man, for all you youngsters, man, leave that shit alone, man. I bullshit you not, leave that shit alone.
Altogether, started doing my own thing. I ended up getting locked up again for unlawful communication of a witness. I went away again to the joint at 22. I came home at 24. When I came home from the joint, they had closed the original hood I was from.
Sorry, I'm drinking my little
they
coffee.
basically told me this: either you transfer out or you take your outs. Basically, get your ass beat out, whatever the fuck. They were like, you could either go to Drake and Ainsley or you could go to fucking Palatine where your little brothers are at. So I said, fuck it. I went to Palatine. They made me second seat. And the nigga that had first seat, which is my victim on my case, so I started picking the shorties up. At the time, I worked for a cleaning company. I used to give them little jobs, side jobs. They were working. They were putting money in their pocket. They weren't getting locked the fuck up. It came to a point where they voted Smiley, the nigga that had it for P-Town, they voted him out and voted me in as their chief.
Local members did this.
Yeah. At 28, going on 29 years old, I had...
They voted her in as chief. She must have been really out there doing her Dougie, huh? Shit, they said, we want you to run the program, man. Shit. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it be like that, though, man. I mean, shit. I mean, like I said, I don't really I don't promote that lifestyle or whatever, but shit, kudos to you or whatever. Still fucked up by putting on that wire, though.
Hadn't caught another felony for some years, so I was trying to work on like getting it expunged type shit. I had met with an attorney on a few different occasions out of Rolling Meadows. So long story short, he said, hey, come in, I want you to sign some papers. So I went, Kool-Aid was with me. We went to the office and he's like, do you want to look over your old cases? So I was like, oh yeah, cool. So he gets to showing me all types of shit. So I'm looking at everything and I came across that case as a juvenile. He had all my juvenile shit there. He showed me and it literally said that man's name in black and white, and it just triggered. It triggered that shit so bad that my ex at the time pulled out her phone and went to take a picture of it. He snatched the paperwork and said, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
For those of you not in the streets,
Nah, you should be entitled to that paperwork.
She keeps referencing paperwork.
I mean, you can't just be taking. I'm sure you probably can't just be taking pictures or whatever, but you should be entitled to your paperwork. You know what I mean? You should be able to be like, man, I need a copy of that. You know what I mean? Off the dribble, like that's you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about that. That sounds like kind of low key, like a stupid excuse. I ain't, I ain't pointing no fingers, man. I ain't making no assumptions or nothing. But I don't know. Sounds weird.
Paperwork is the street's way of revealing things like who may have snitched or who may have lied about their time in prison. One bad piece of paperwork that reveals you are a snitch can completely ruin your reputation. For a historical example, look no further than Judas snitching on Jesus Christ, and for a modern day street example, consider the stories of Tekashi 6ix9ine and Gunna. For someone wanting a career in the streets, paperwork is the last place they want to have their name appear. But is there ever an appropriate time to snitch? In Buddha's situation, what she is alleging is that after years of not knowing whether she was set up by someone in her own crew, she found out with certainty that she was, and that piece of paperwork is what caused her to take action and choose to be a snitch.
I left, I got in the car, I got to calling all the SGDs that I know that got some juice, and I said,
that's
look,
not a good
Kool-Aid
excuse,
now is
man.
the second person
That is not a
seen
good
this
excuse
paperwork
at
with
all.
this man's name on it. Either you guys do something or I'ma smoke his ass something. They're like, well, you smoke his ass, we come after you. And not only do they come after me, they come after my girl, who has nothing to do with anything. We had a foster son at the time. Another kid I took in. My boys, like.
Why do you think they didn't believe you?
Because I'm a female. So I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'm setting his ass up.
Nah, man,
I don't
hell
blame her for
nah.
what she did.
Hell nah, bro. Hell no. I'm sorry I gotta keep pausing it and talking and rambling off, but man, hell no, man. That's not that can't be it. That can't be it. Oh, cause you're a female. What you just said they put you in charge. They just said you was out there fucking running shit. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck what you mean? Cause I'm a female. Nah, hell no. Cause you didn't have that proof. You couldn't come with that proof. You couldn't really lay that shit on the table and be like, look, man, this is what it was, like this what it is, and really, you know what I mean, stand on business. You couldn't do that. You know what I mean? You couldn't even do that. You probably was running from the man and all type of shit. You know what I mean? You probably was pointing your finger from the telephone or something. You feel me? You probably wasn't even in his face telling him he was that. You know what I mean? Like, nah, that's not what it is. They didn't believe you because you a female. No. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. You didn't come with the facts, man. That's how this go. That's how it go. That's how it is.
I don't look at her as a rat. She grew up in a fucked up situation. She was a female in an organization that is genuinely male. They picked on her. She don't want to admit it, but they tried to use her. They sent her up the river. They sent her off. And the ass motherfucker that set her up, the hood still honored her. So all she did was get her get back. That's that Gemini in her. If you really know Buddha, she's one of the most loyal people you ever gonna meet. But she does believe in not for not. Now, do I call that
Not
snitching?
get
No.
back. Shit, if anything, she should have just stopped gangbanging. Shit, that's not get back. That's not get back. That's just being what he was. You know what I mean? You labeling him as a rat or snitch, and then you turn around and do the same thing. Now you you the same thing. You know what I mean? If anything, you should have said, you know what, fuck this gang banging. Fuck y'all. Fuck him. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna let him do that to me and you know what I mean? I'm good on all this. I'm gonna go live my life and do me as an individual. You know what I mean? You should just left all that shit alone. Instead, you know what I mean? Like that was far from smart.
She had to do what she had to do, you know. It's like when 6ix9ine, you know, when he ratted, you know, he ratted on people that betrayed him, you know. Obviously, in this case, it's the same situation. You know, she had to rat on somebody that betrayed her as well, you know.
Do you think it's justified to rat on somebody that betrayed you?
If that person didn't have your backs from day one, I'd say yeah.
And like 2 days later, I was pulled over by the gang unit in Elgin. And they were like, hey, where's your boy Bone playing around with me? Trolling, because they know what he fucking did. The same fucking officers, they basically told me they were looking for him. I said, what y'all want him for? They said, just a traffic warrant. I said, that's enough. Give me your card. I'm trying to talk. They said, can you get him for anything? Can you get him? I said, shit, let me see what I can do. It just so happened that one of his shorties hit up my little brother and said, hey, I got these pipes for sale. Woo, woo, do y'all want to buy any? I said, yeah, tell Bone, call me. And that's what I did. I wore a body cam. I hopped in a car with him. I bought a pipe off him, and I'm the only SGD he set up. He set up Vice Lords before. He set up foes. When he ended up getting his
You should
charge
have
for
brought
this,
all that
he
shit
did
to
no
the
time.
table.
The state
You should have
waived
brought
it.
all
If you
that
look
shit
public
to the
records,
table.
that man did absolutely no time for the shit that's all over the internet. So my life is fucked for me being spiteful, and he's fine.
I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck if you motherfucking King Tut, okay? No disrespect to King Tut, but I don't give a fuck who you are. Ain't nobody bigger than the program. Nobody's bigger than the program. You brung all that shit to the table and was like, hey, look, man, boom, bam, boom, bam, bam, this what it was, this what it is. Nobody's bigger than the program. Period. So I'm gonna have to call bullshit on a lot of this shit. On a lot of this shit, he, she, or whoever, whatever the fuck she want, whatever they want to go by. I'm gonna have to call bullshit on all that shit, man. For real, for real. Like for real, for real. That's just that shit makes no sense.
To be fair and get both sides of the story, so I had Buddha tell me who her ops were so I could message them on Facebook. I hit up 5 guys from the crew, but none of them got back to me, so their side of the story is left untold.
Now, me, that everyone got in their head that I'm some
they
big
real.
snitch, right?
They keeping that shit
Bond,
in the streets.
$1.25 million.
Yours.
Mine. Did the state come and help me? No. The only reason I got it dropped down to aggravated battery with causing bodily harm with a deadly weapon, whatever the fuck, is because Smiley, my victim, was in Mexico and they couldn't get a hold of him.
I wanted to explore how common snitching really is, and there's a variety of stats that you'll find on this. One study from the Innocence Project found that 11% of people convicted of a federal crime got a reduced sentence for providing substantial information. Another study by Northwestern School of Law found that in cases when a defendant was wrongfully sentenced to death, 46% of the time it was because of a false testimony of a jailhouse snitch. Now, it's easy for us to sit on the sidelines and claim that we ourselves would never snitch, but when faced with spending years of your life in a cage or facing the death penalty, it's easy to understand why people turn informant to save their own skin. So it goes to show, for a criminal organization, a code of silence is essential because even just one snitch is powerful enough to bring the whole group down. And if you want proof of this, you'll have to look no further than the RICO cases that brought down the Italian mobs in the 1980s and 90s.
What makes you the leader?
Cause I don't be sending niggas off, gang. My niggas weren't getting locked up. My niggas were doing real life shit, making real money moves. They was getting to that bag.
True leader is somebody that will get in front of you and show you what to do, not go tell you to go do something stupid.
When I hung around Buddha for the first time, it's cool, all good vibes, real genuine, you know.
She ain't no leader though.
A lot of conversations me and Buddha have had, like you could tell she's realer than most niggas out here for sure. Everybody that was under Buddha when she was,
she probably just a cool person. She probably just got a really cool personality.
You feel me? That's what made Buddha a good leader.
What's crazy is we grew up in a neighborhood damn near next to each other. She had a fucked up household, I had a fucked up household. And I was in a low predicament, I met her, and from there she took me in. She never switches. If she got it, you got it. I mean, shit, I grew up literally in trap houses. I grew up on the block.
I can imagine she probably just a real cool person.
I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output. This thing has sounds.
Like yeah, I can see that. I can see that. She was probably just a solid individual. You know what I mean? Easy to get along with type person.
Lefty as a child.
And how old were you when you got shot?
I was 15, about to be 16.
That's young, dude.
I was a kid. Got it marked across my back. I can never get rid of him, who I am.
What are you?
I'm a Maniac Land disciple from Rockland, Georgia. To be honest, my plan now is to grow better with my family. I got my girlfriend that I call my wife, my stepson's mom, and she was there for me through all my prison biz, everything, so I got to give her the world. That's my everything. And I got to make Buddha proud. Buddha says she wants me to do good. She says she wants me out the way, so I'm out the way.
When people get pressure applied to them, when they're facing many years and they've offered to snitch, inform, and reduce their time, what percentage of guys you think will take that deal?
I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of people sit out here and they play this, I'm a real nigga and I never tell and this and that. But when you get put in that situation, it's some of the people that you would consider the realest niggas you ever met are fold under that pressure. You know, it all comes down to the circumstances and what they're gonna lose.
Is it?
Yep. That's why I say leave that lifestyle alone, man. Cause it be the killers you looking up to. That you know what I mean? That'll fold on you. You know what I mean? It'll be your day one, your bro, your best friend. You know what I mean? Y'all done did all type of shit together. You know what I mean? Y'all done ate off the same damn spoon. You know what I mean? And then straight fold on you. Especially like he said, when you get put under that pressure. Yep. I mean, just ask yourself. You know what I mean? Like. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, y'all probably wouldn't understand because y'all don't live that lifestyle, but just imagine if the police was telling you, like, look, man, we could give you life right now. You know what I mean? But if you just tell us this or tell us that, let you go home right now. But if not, man, we about to take your ass down. You know what I mean? People fold under that pressure. You know what I mean? People start thinking about having to spend the rest of their life in prison and shit. And they like, oh shit, oh hell no. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? A lot of these kids and shit, they get into this lifestyle not understanding and not knowing the shit that really comes with this. The shit that really comes with this lifestyle until, you know, like they say, you gotta live to learn. You know what I mean? And that's just how that shit be, man.
Tough to be trans in the hood.
Shit, nah, I wouldn't necessarily say that. You feel me? Most niggas are accepting of females that are transitioning into guys.
What about vice versa?
You don't see many gay guys gangbanging. I'm not gonna lie. You don't see it.
No.
And if it's a guy transferring to become a girl, you definitely, there's like a 0% chance. I've never seen it.
Nah.
Being trans in prison is a real hot button issue, particularly if it is a biological
That's a
male
no-no in the
entering a
gang
female
culture. You
prison,
can't
given that
you can't be like a gay male in gang bang. Like in the gang culture, they don't accept that. Like that's not cool. They're not rocking with that.
Buttigieg is currently in transition. I wanted to get his take on the controversial topic.
A transgender, what do you think when a person with a goes to a female jail?
I think that's a crock of shit. I think if they're gonna come to a female jail, they should be cutting that bitch off first. Because to be honest, all you have to do right now in a male joint is take hormones for 4 months.
Respect
and I know
that.
this because all the transgenders in the joint, they go to like meetings with the wardens. And when you're a transgender, you're in a male facility, all you gotta do is take hormones for 4 months and they send you to us.
Who gives them the hormones?
Healthcare, medical.
The prison medical.
The prison medical. They see psychiatrists, they tell a psychiatrist, I feel like I've been a woman since birth.
What the
And they,
hell?
boom, start them on fucking...
And the prison or the jail pays for the hormones?
The jail pays for the hormones. And not only, the taxes do. And not only that, they pay for their gender affirming surgery now.
Does that seem absurd that a guy that has killed and raped women says
more than a...
They pay for the surgery. I'm gonna tell you a small story. I tried to watch this video, right? I was with my mom and my girl, right? I tried to watch this video, and it was a video kind of just it was an animated video trying to explain how this surgery works and what they do to the male, you know what I mean, in order to make it a female, you know what I mean? I promise you, I promise you to God, I literally passed out. Almost went to like a seizure or something. I passed out. I fainted. I fainted watching it. It's horrible. It's horrible. Horrible. I can't even. That is crazy for anybody to do that. It's crazy. You gotta be up, man. And the jail is paying for it. Oh my God. 2024, man. Oh man, we need Trump.
Sir, that is preposterous in the state of Illinois. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
Any final thoughts you want to leave the people with?
I just want everyone to know I'm not what social media says I am. You know, I mean, I really don't give a fuck what y'all think, but that whole snitching shit, it has really tarnished my street credibility. But to be honest, I'm not in the streets no more, so I really don't give a fuck. If you guys are gonna keep talking on the internet and trolling me, how you're gonna kill me, just do it already. Like I'm not asking for death.
Since
But I
boy
mean,
told on you and your boys didn't do nothing and all that, you should have left
My
the street
impression of
then.
talking to your squad, talking to you, is that you take
You wouldn't
care of
even
your
be in the
people,
situation
you're
you
a
in.
good leader, you care about them.
Crazy.
So I would say, let's try and get you that rapper money.
Like, share, subscribe.
It's been a pleasure meeting you.
For sure, bro.
I wish you the best on
You're
your journey.
welcome here anytime. You know, I'm not gonna tell you where here is, but you could come to Casey's and get you some. So he can shoot the rest of the music video that he's working on.
Well, that's that one, man. That was wild though. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, no disrespect to no, trans or LG what communities and stuff like I can't even say. I don't want to say it wrong. So You know what I mean? No disrespect to none of that or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Me, I grew up a little different, so I don't, my beliefs are different. You know what I mean? I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man, this is crazy. This is crazy right here. It's like looking at the future right now. It's like, wow. It's like, is what gang banging and all this stuff is turning out to be? Like, this is what going on now? Like, what the hell? It's like, oh, you tell on me, I'm gonna tell on you. Well, he told on me first, damn it. So my God, this is crazy, man. You know what I mean? But no disrespect, man. I'm not a disrespectful person. I'm not a hateful person. You know what I mean? I got love for everybody, man. You know what I mean? I don't like to bash people or nothing like that. But yeah, man, that's my thoughts. That's my opinion on this whole Chicago. What's up with me not being able to pronounce these words, man? Chicago gang chief snitched. You know, that's my thoughts. That's my reaction on that one. Again, though, shout out to Tommy G. I love watching that dude content, man. For sure, man. That's a awesome content creator, like no doubt about it. Like, so yeah, shout out to him, man. This Inkface TV. You know what I mean? Check me out, like, comment, subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, whatever. You know what I mean? It's all Inkface TV. You know what I mean? So I'm out of here. Much love, dudes.